ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेवदेव। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। We have seen few verses in the text called Atma Bodha, written by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. They are like capsules. Each sloka contains one thought and one example. So slowly, thought by thought, Bhagavan wants to remove our ignorance about ourselves. Let us chant the previous verses quickly. तपोभिक्षीण पापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्षोऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। बोधोऽन्यसाधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानं विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति। अविरोधितया कर्म नाविद्यां विनिवर्तयेत्। विद्या विद्यां निहत्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्घवत्। परिच्छिन्न इवाज्ञानात् तन्नासे सति केवलः। स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापायोंशुमानिव। अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यासात् विनिर्मलम्। कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत्। संसारस्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः। स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसद्भवेत्। तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति सुप्तिकारजतं यथा। यावन्न ज्ञायते ब्रह्मा सर्वाधिष्ठानमद्वयम्। उपादाने अखिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान् यान्ति बुद्बुदानीव वारिणी सच्चिदात्मन्यनुस्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तयो विविधाः सर्वाः हाटके कटकादिवत् यथाकाशो हृषीकेशः नानोपाधिगतो विभुः तद्भेदात् भिन्नवद्भाति तन्नासे केवलो भवेत् नानोपाधिवशादेव जातिवर्णाश्रमादयः आत्मन्यारोपितास्तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् पञ्चीकृतमहाभूत संघातं कर्म संचितं शरीरं सुखदुःखानां भोगायतनमुच्यते. Previous topic is upadhi. Upadhi means conditioning or conditionings. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, he wants to explain what is called conditioning, what is called upadhi. Because of these upadhis only, that infinite Brahman, he is appearing as an individual, as a parichinna vastu, as a small vastu. These upadhis are limiting him, as though limiting him. In an individual case, in a jiva case. In the same way, Akhanda Brahma, he is appearing as world. This world is nothing but Brahman only. But different names, different forms, different qualities, different lifespan. These are all because of upadhis. One we call as Vyashti. Vyashti means individual case. Another one we call as Samishti. Samishti means total case. In both cases, same Brahman, because of upadhis only, appearing as a small limited being, whether it is a world or an individual. Then Bhagavan, he started the topic of upadhi with respect to an individual, with respect to a jiva. Then Bhagavan, please tell what are our upadhis. He said, Jati, Varna, Asrama, Adayaha. You have so many conditionings. For example, Jati. Jati means different species. Animals, birds, trees, human beings, devatas, and so on and so. Jati. And in each jati, so many varnas. So many varnas means in traditional language, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Ityadi, Varna. And so many asramas. I belong to Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, Ityadi, asramas. They are all your upadhis, but they are all superimpositions on the one and only truth. This is like Rasavarnadi, Toye Rasavarnadi Vatu. In water, we mix so many. Rasam, Varnam, Ityadi, taste and color and so many. But in fact, the water is tasteless, colorless, Shuddha water. This way you are superimposing upadhis. Then Bhagavan, scientifically he started, any jiva, commonly he has some conditioning, some upadhis. They are called, one is called gross body, sthula sharira, we say. Another one is called subtle body, sukshma sharira. And the third one is called causal body, karana sharira. These three are the three main conditionings which are limiting ourselves from Brahman. In the last class, Bhagavan explained about Stula Shariram, gross body. He said the material cause for this gross body is 5 elements. Panchikruta Mahabhutani, material cause. So all physical bodies are made up of with same material: space, air, fire, water, and Prithvi. Material cause is 5 elements only. Then we may ask, Swamiji, if material cause is 1, then why so many differences in these physical bodies? One is man, another is women, one is black, one is another. These are all because of karma sanchitam, because of our previous punya papa karma ityadi. They affect in this design also. Karma sanchitam. And the third one is what this body do, Swamiji? This body do bhoga ayatanam. It will enjoy all pairs of opposites from the world. Sukha dukkha ityadi. If there is no body, you cannot enjoy this world. That's why we don't enjoy anything in our deep sleep. So sukha dukkha bhoga ayatanam. This is called stula shariram. This is your first conditioning, my dear student. So the first conditioning is physical body. Okay. Then the next is called Sukshma Shariram, subtle body. Today Bhagavan is explaining what is called the subtle body. This is verse number 13. Please repeat after me. Pancha prana mano buddhi dashendriya samanvitam apanchikruta bhutostham sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. Together. Pancha prana mano buddhi dasendriya samanvitam apanchikruta bhutostam sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. Beautifully Bhagavan explained. The name of this upadhi is called Sukshmangam. Sukshmangam means subtle body. Pujya Guruji always used to say. Generally, if you take Vedanta class to America or some new people, if you say this is called gross body, this is called subtle body, they don't understand. Then he started saying this gross body is like hardware. This subtle body is like software. They work together. But software, you cannot see what the program is and everything. But the program only functions through this hardware. In the same way, our thought personality only functions through this physical body. Thought only will become action. That thought personality is called Sukshma Shariram, Sukshmangam. Now, what is this Bhagavan? Bhagavan is saying, it contains 17 components. Here he enumerated as 17 components, this subtle body. What are the 17, Swamiji? Pancha prana. 5 pranas we have. We call them as physiological functions. Prana, apana, udana, vyana, samana. In other words, we call it is an energy layer in our personality. All the pancha pranas, they do supplying energy to different systems. for thinking, for digestion, for blood circulation, for vomiting extra or excursion, and for breathing. Pancha pranas, 5. Plus manaha, mind. Mind means seat of emotions. Different emotions we have. Na? All the platform of the emotions is called mind, manaha. And the 7th one is called buddhi. Buddhi means where we think. Mind is where we feel. Buddhi is where we think. That area is called buddhi. So 5 plus 6 plus 1, 7. Then dasendriya samanvitam and 10 senses. 5 sense organs of knowledge, 5 sense organs of action. We call them as Jnanendriyam 5 plus Karmendriyam 5. Samanvitam all together is called subtle body. So if anybody asks, what is your subtle body? My subtle body contains Pancha Pranas, mind, intellect, and 10 senses. Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, together we call as Sukshmangam, subtle body. Good. Then what is the material cause for this subtle body? You told Swamiji, this gross body is made up of with 5 elements. It is very tangible. We see all the 5 elements in the gross body. So it is okay. Tick. Then what is the material cause for the subtle body? Bhagavan is saying, subtle body also made up of with these 5 elements only. But apanchikruta bhutostam. Apanchikruta bhutostam means these 5 elements in their subtle form or in their original form, at that state, they all came out. Whereas we told in gross body time, when they pass through a process called grossification, so after grossification only they will get this form, what we are experiencing today. But in their original, they are very clear. Space means 100% space. Air means 100% air. That is called pure form. Water means 100% water. After grossification, we have seen 50% they keep with them. Another 50% they share with all the 4. In the same way, all 5 will share. That is called grossification. But here in subtle form, all are in pure form. So the subtle body is made up of with apanchikruta panchabhutostam. It is made up of the pure elements of the 5 great elements only. Apanchikruta bhutostam. Then what is its work, Swamiji? What subtle body will do, Swamiji? He says, bhoga sadhanam. We have seen in Tattva Bodha also. The difference between gross body and subtle body, Bhagavan Shankaracharya uses one word. For gross body, he uses bhoga ayatanam. For subtle body, he uses bhoga sadhanam. Ayatanam means it is a counter. Sadhanam means the man in the counter. For example, if you go to bank, there is a counter, cash deposit counter. That cash deposit counter is Sthola Sharira, gross body. But the man sits behind that counter, he is Sukshma Sharira. He only transacts, but he needs a counter, he needs a board. Bhagavan, that's why he is saying it is Bhoga Sadhanam. There we enjoy, here we receive. In gross body, we receive the world. But in subtle body only, we enjoy that world. Guruji always used to say, if you go to any function, they give a big garland to that brahmachari or swami. Aina? The giving garlanding or garlanding is a physical activity. But whether that brahmachari or Swami enjoys that garland or not, that is in Sukshma Shariram. That is in our subtle body. So this way, this is the difference between Bhoga Sadhanam and Bhoga Ayatanam. Where we receive that world is called gross body. Where we enjoy or suffer that world is called subtle body. So this way, this is our second conditioning. Actually speaking, our entire personality is Sukshma Shariram only. Whether the man or woman, we don't mind. Whether he is black or white, we don't mind. But whether he is good or bad, it has its own parameter. This goodness or badness, these are all in our subtle personality. Physical body is neither good nor bad, neither knowledgeable nor ignorant. That's why many people, they say personality development, personality development. Personality development means not muscles. Personality development means how we prepare our mind. As the mind, so the man. Pujya Gurudev always used to say, many people, we want to change the world. World should change, world should change, world. He says, no, you change. You change, your world will be changed. Because world is completely inert material. Then he says, as the thought, so the man. As the man, so the world. So the main operation is here only. That is called Sukshma Shariram, or our subtle body. And there is a mechanism also, sir, in this subtle body operation. See, we have 5 sense organs of knowledge. We call them in Sanskritam as Jnanendriyaha. These Jnanendriyas, they receive knowledge from with these senses. Bhagavan, see, outside 5 great elements are there with Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. All 5 elements, they have these qualities only. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. There we call them as objects. Swamiji, thousands of objects are there. Swamiji, no. All objects are belonging to 5 categories. To receive these 5 objects, Bhagavan kept 5 sensors. Each sensor will receive its particular object. For example, eye, it receives form, taste, sound, touch, smell. That's all the world. So these Jnanendriyas, they receive this world, but they have a limitation. What is that limitation, Swamiji? It cannot interfere here. It cannot interfere here. It cannot interfere here. So they do their own job only. Then the next stage in our personality is all this knowledge goes to mind. That's why we call mind is a coordinator in our personality. Mind will coordinate. It will mix all the knowledge. It will give a perfect form, perfect figure to this worldly knowledge. So, sense objects to sense indriyas. Indriyas will give that information to mind. Mind will coordinate that entire knowledge, and it cannot act also. It will submit that file to intellect. Because in intellect, we have our own knowledge. What we studied from the world, what we studied from our parents, what we studied from our experiences. That's why intellect is called Saradhi, driver of our personality. That intellect will decide whether we should do or not. If so, how? Everything it will design in a fraction of a second. And then intellect give the order to do to the karmendriyas. So the knowledge we receive from the world through the jnanendriyas, after this intellect's decision, We act in this world with karmendriyas. That's why we have 10 indriyas. One to acquisition, another to act. These karmendriyas will act with hands and legs and speech and other things. You know, this is our internal personality. That internal personality is called Sukshma Shariram. Or simple, if you want to say, any action precedes by a thought. Even for my each word, I have to frame one thought. Then only I can give this class. Each action requires one thought. That thought platform is called Sukshma Shariram. Some people they call as Linga Shariram also. Linga means it is a chihnam. Who is Venkata Chaitanya? If you want to see, you don't see my physical body. See my subtle body. My subtle body is my chihnam, my symbol. Linga Sharira also, many people they call. Bhagavan is saying, my dear student, that is your second conditioning, Stula Sharira. Understood? Sorry, Sukshma Sharira. Stula ho gaya, Sukshma ho gaya. Now you have another conditioning that is called Karana Shariram. In English, we call as a causal body. Because that is the cause for these two bodies. That's why we call them, it is Karana Shariram. That is the Karanam. That is the cause for both subtle body and what we call gross body. Then please tell Swamiji what is this Karana Shariram? Karana Shariram, next stanza, next verse. Anadya Vidya Nirvachya Karanopadhiruchyate Upadhitritaya danyam Atmanamavadharayet. Together. Anadya Vidya Nirvachya Karanopadhiruchyate Upadhitritaya danyam Atmanamavadharayet. The name of the third condition is called Karana Upadhi Uchyate. Second line in this stanza. Karana Upadhi Uchyate. It is called shuttle, it is called causal conditioning. Karana Upadhi means it is called causal conditioning. Or we call as Karana Shariram, causal body. Okay, Swamiji. Then what is this, Swamiji? Then Bhagavan is explaining. It is Anadi Avidya. Here the whole Vedanta lies. What is the cause for this subtle body and gross body, Swamiji? That is ignorance. That to beginningless ignorance. Anadi Avidya. Nature of our subtle body is nothing but beginningless ignorance. Anadi Avidya. And Anirvachya. Anirvachya means it cannot be describable, inexplicable. Here Bhagavan gave these two definitions for causal body. One is beginningless ignorance is its nature. Second one is it cannot be defined, indescribable, inexplicable. that personality is called Karana Upadhi Uchyate. My dear student, that is called Karana Shariram. And he ended this topic of these three, what we call conditionings. And the last line of this verse, Bhagavan is saying, Upadhi Tritayad Anyam. Tritayad, from these three Upadhis, Anyam, differently is Atmanam Avadharayet. That Satchidananda Parabrahma, what we called Atma, that Atma is completely different from these three conditionings. That you must know. Avadharayet means that you must know. Atma is not causal body, Atma is not subtle body, Atma is not gross body. Upadhi Tritayat Anyam Atmanam. Avadharayet. Avadharayet means you must know. You must know means Guruji says, okay, there is a Satchidananda Atma. It is different from causal body, subtle body, gross body. No, that is not called Avadharana. Avadharana means you are different from causal body, subtle body, and gross body. That is called you must know. Avadharana means that Atma is nothing but you, me, we. So we are not causal body, we are not subtle body, we are not gross body. Definitely, Swamiji. Then Swamiji, you said, already we discussed all these topics. It is, you said, beginningless ignorance. Because any ignorance is beginningless. Not only Atma Avidya, any Avidya, it doesn't have any ignorance. When the knowledge gets you, that will dispel. Tejas Timira Sanghavata. I gave one example of Taj Mahal. For example, one man, he doesn't know what is called Taj Mahal. When he came to know what is Taj Mahal, then that previous darkness is off. This Atma Jnanam also same. When it started, Swamiji, that I don't know myself, it doesn't started because it is not there. When you know that yourself, then okay, that is gone. What I am not, I understood. That is called beginningless avidya, ignorance. Guruji always used to give one example. Go to a new man or woman and ask him, do you know yourself like Kotastha Atma? He says, I don't know Kotastha Atma, what it is. Then again, the second question you ask, since when you don't know that you are not Kotastha Atma? He says, that also I don't know. But when it will go away, when you came to know that you are Kotastha Atma, then that ignorance will go away. Tejas Timira Sanghavat. When the sun comes, all the darkness will go. So the play of darkness is as long as we don't have light. That's why we call as it as beginningless ignorance. Okay. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya gave another definition for avidya is called anirvachyam. Actually, this is very, very important statement for Advaita philosophy. Many other philosophies, they object our Advaita Siddhantam because of this statement. What we say is, Maya is indescribable or anirvachyam. You cannot define what is Maya. And this is our standby. They say, these Advaitins, they say something superstition which is not there. And they want to say through that you pass and someday you will realize what is truth. This Anirvachya Dosham, this Advaita philosophy, it has, they say like that. But why Bhagavan Shankaracharya many times he says this avidya is what we call indescribable, inexplicable, you cannot define. Then Bhagavan gives one answer, Shankaracharya. Why we cannot define Maya in a particular frame? He says the first word is, this ignorance is not real. It is not a satyam. If it is satyam, it has to be all 3 periods of time. But whenever you get knowledge, this ignorance will go away. Like Tejas Timira Sanghavatu. When the light of sun comes, the darkness will dispels. It is not a real entity, ignorance. And the same time, ignorance, you cannot say it is completely unreal. Completely unreal means he gives an example like horns of a deer, horns of a rabbit. Sorry, not deer. This Maya is completely not there, Swamiji, like horns of a rabbit. Because you cannot say Maya is a non-existent. How you can say? Because we are experiencing its effects in the form of sorrow, in the form of happiness. Every day we are experiencing the products of the Maya. So it cannot be defined as unreal also. It cannot be defined as real also. That's why I will put this Maya as Midya, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says. That's why we, actually speaking philosophically, if you want to say, you cannot say Maya is unreal. You can say Maya is a Mithya. Mithya means as long as you don't know the Satyam, it will play. Like Suktika Rajitam. You went to beach, you have seen that other piece and you thought it is silver. It is silver for you. As long as you don't know its substratum, it is a silver piece. When you went to your room and you examined that and then you realized it is not silver, it is something else. Then your Maya is gone. That's why he says it cannot be defined. It is a mithya. It is an illusion. But it is a big topic. We can see in Viveka Chudamani, he completely described why can't we define this Maya? What are the limitations if we define it? Very, very subtle inquiry. That is called our causal body's material. Our causal body is not from these 5 elements. It is nothing but complete ignorance of our own self. That is called our Karana Sharira. And I would like to add one more point. Our Karana Sharira is avidya, but many people, for the beginners, they define as Vasana Samyukta Avidya. You may ask Swamiji, if avidya is common for everyone, then why the differences in subtle body and gross body? In that Karana Sharira, along with this avidya, some other material is there that is called vasanas. Vasanas means our intentions, our designs. They are like blueprint of a person. Whatever the vasanas matures, that will be this life. Remaining will continue forever unless we don't know our own true nature. This will be human life, another will be divine life. Sometime we may be sannyasis also. If that is a strong vasana, you will become a sannyasi. And do you know many Mahatmas, what they say is, our entire life will be designed by 2 or 3 vasanas only. They are the main bosses. And they have little assistants. With that, we play whole life. In that 3, If the strong one is sannyasi, that man will become a sannyasi. I know. So this Karan Sharira they call as Vasana Samyukta Avidya. That layer is called causal body. My dear student, but these three are your limitations, your upadhis. But Atma, you, what all the time you call I, that I is completely different from these three. Because of I only, they are getting life. Remove the I and see your personality. You cannot see. To see your personality also you need it. I know. Because of I only, these three bodies are getting life. They are unliving. All the three bodies, these three bodies only we call as Panchakoshas. In Tattvabodha we have seen Annamaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham, Manomaya Kosham, Vijnanamaya Kosham, Anandamaya Kosham. Whether you say Panchakoshas, 5 layers of our personality, or Karana, 3 shariras, 3 bodies of our personality, same. They are covering myself, we say. They are limiting myself. Our entire limited personality designed by these 5 koshas only. But actually, you are not that. You are Sat Chit Ananda Brahma. Then Swamiji, if you are Shuddha Atma, then why this Upadhi mixing is happening? And in another text, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, actually speaking, that mixing is impossible. Mixing of Suddha Atma and gross body is impossible. If you ask why, he says, Atyanta Malinam Deham, Atyanta Pavanam Atma. How these two can be work together? If somebody, we can say they are 2 friends, there should be some equality between them. But he says this Bhautika Shariram is Atyanta Malinam. This Atma is Atyanta Shuddham. Then who is mixing these two, Swamiji? That mixing element is called Avidya. I know that Avidya, see how powerful. That's why we have to work over there. That is called knowledge. That we are doing. So how it is happening, this mixing, Bhagavan is giving the next verse with an example. With that, this topic he will end. Next sloka is Panchakoshadi Yogena Tattanmaya iva sthitaha Shuddhatma Nilavastradi Yogena Spatiko Yadha. Together. Panchakoshadi Yogena Tattanmaya iva sthitaha Shuddhatma Nilavastradi Yogena Spatiko Yadha. How this combination is happening, Swamiji? Bhagavan is giving Panchakoshadi Yogena. Because of the association of these 5 sheaths, Panchakoshadi Yogena. Because of this association, Yogena, Tattanmaya Evastitaha. This Shuddhatma, Eva means as though. As though it is becoming with them. Tanmaya means I should become with your feeling. That is called Tanmayatvam. That word in Sanskrit they are called as Tanmayatvam means I should identify with your feeling. Sometimes if any what we call sorrow happens to you, I came to know that, I start crying. It is not my sorrow, but I start crying because I become association with your feeling. In movies also generally we do. We go to movie theater. If it is a hit movie, if the hero cries, we cry. If the heroine cries, we cry. This is called Tanmayatvam. This Shuddhatma, Tanmaya Iva. Tanmaya Iva means as though it is mixing with that association and it behaves like that. And it behaves like that. Can you give an example, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji? He says, Neela Vastradi Yogena Spatiko Yadha. For example, just as a spatikam, spatikam means a crystal. It is a Shuddhatma. Shuddhatma means no color in that spatikam. Crystal clear. But in its association, Neela Vastram is there. Neela Vastram means a blue colored cloth. Because of this blue colored cloth, and they are very close. Association means they are very close each other. We see this spatikam also as a blue spatikam only. Neela spatikam only. But in fact, this spatikam is crystal clear. The association with this blue colored cloth, we see this crystal also as a blue crystal. In the same way, this Shuddhatma, it is very close to these 5 layers. That's why it feels sometimes it is as a gross body, sometimes it feels as a subtle body, sometimes it feels as a causal body, deep sleep. So this is why the Shuddha Atma, Akanda Satchidananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss, always suffers, Swamiji, always goes birth and death. This is all its proximity with these 5 layers. Bhagavan is saying, Neela Vastradi Samyogat Yadha Spatikam. Spatikam means how this crystal appears. But in fact, crystal is always crystal. Whether you say it is a blue color or red color or yellow color, they all belong to that surroundings. Whether they are not or there, this crystal is Shuddham only. In the same way, all the effect of Upadhis only, we may feel Iva Bhagavan, that's why he uses. That's why they call it as superimposition. This is a superimposition on the Shuddha Atma. This is the role of Upadhis. With this, Bhagavan ends this topic of individual Upadhis. These are all called individual Upadhis. Some other Upadhis are called, they are called total Upadhis. We call Ishvara someone, Hiranyagarbha some other one, Stula Jagat. For an individual, this is Stula Shariram. For God, that is his Stula Shariram. He also has 3 same way. As the individual, so the total. And Bhagavan in the next classes, he will explain about him and his conditionings and remove all the one truth that is called Tattvam Asi. That is the essence of whole Vedam. Hari Om. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya Ram. श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।